Janet, tell us a little bit about how you found us.
I found you online.
Mhm.
I'm always interested in healing my own body and learning things about health and wellness. And I just happened to trip over your website, and it was very interesting to look at.
Yeah. What made you decide to move forward to work with us?
I had just finished up with a relationship with a nutritionist, and I was just looking for something to continue to learn more about my nutrition and taking care of myself since I'm a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to continue that healing in my body.
Yeah. How did you feel this was different than other things you've tried?
I, the first nutritionist I worked with, did me very well, I must say, but, I wasn't completely, satisfied. I knew there was something more, and I just had this, discernment that this was going to be the something more that I'm looking for.
Yeah. How do you feel that we were different than other places that may sell you a lot of supplements, for example?
I expressed that in the first meeting. I believe that just wasn't into a place that's going to continue giving me supplement after supplement. I wanted more uh, something that I could do physically or mentally or spiritually instead of just loading myself up with supplements.
Yeah. And I know that you saw the tests we did were different than what your traditional doctors do or your oncologists. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Um, well, my doctors and wanted me to have a chemotherapy, and for just for after care of having a cancerous tumor taken out,
Mhm.
and I got as much information about what chemotherapy is all about. Although, who doesn't know about chemotherapy, and it just in my heart, it just wasn't for me. I mean, there was something that just told me, no, there's something better out there, Janet, and just it will find you, and it did online.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the tests were done and were more thorough, perhaps, or looking at you from a different angle than your other doctors or oncologists may have looked at you?
Yes. I mean, the tests that were given here were more insight of what's really going on in my body rather than the surface stuff that most doctors see, like a bone broken or a muscle, whatever. And so it really told the chemistry of what's really going like in my cellular level. And that's where, I know that, cancer starts on a cellular level, sickness starts on a cellular level. And that's what I wanted to know. That's the information I needed to know.
Yeah, I think that that's helpful because you can understand the cellular level, what's going on, why. And when you understand why this happened, it's better equipping you to understand how to prevent it from happening again versus just cutting it out or chemo or radiation as the only options. Not that those are wrong for everyone, but I like that
Right.
you ask why. Why did this happen? How? And what can I naturally do about it that's also effective? Right? We want to make sure it's also effective, of course, right?
Yeah.
Um, what did you think about working remotely with us? Since some people wonder, how do we work with you remotely? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, wasn't sure how that was going to work out because I've not done that before. Although with my nutritionist, she was beginning to work in that process, and I was really leery about it. So I just didn't think that was going to work with the method that she was using. Whereas the method that this is totally different, just as personable. It works for me, and you guys are always accessible and so kind and loving. I just really appreciated everything that would that the whole process was going on.
Talking about accessibility, I noticed that you needed some help sometimes. How did you like the ability to have my cell phone?
Well, it's very nice. I loved it.
Yeah.
I did not abuse it.
I know you
I
didn't.
just, I loved it. And it just warmed my heart, just to know that just to know that you have that net there
Yeah.
just in case, is a good feeling because, you go to a physical physician, whatever, and they're not available even. You're lucky to get them through an email in a week, and I don't get answers from them. And, when you're hurting so bad and you're in pain and there's something really, you don't understand what's going on in your body, it was really nice to have accessibility to you. I really appreciated it.
We do a very thorough screening process, as you know, before you even get on our schedule. And I knew that I could trust you wouldn't abuse it. That's why we gave it to you. So, thank you. But just know it makes us happy. If we saw hundreds of people a week or thousands of people at once, like most doctors' offices, there's no way we could do that, right? But when we're working one-on-one with you and a few people at a time, we can really focus on results, right? And the quality of care and the quality
Yes.
of results versus the quantity, where the quality usually goes down. Tell me a little bit about some gains you've had from the program.
Well, when I came in, I asked for two things, were my top priorities. And I wanted to lose a little bit of weight because I'm always stuck at that last 10 pounds. And I had this incessant coughing since my surgery from my cancer. And it just really, it bothered me not only physically, but mentally, because it's like every time I cough, I wonder, is this going to be something else? Is this going to be something else? So, I'm so pleased to say that within the few months that we worked together, that both of them have been resolved in a degree. And it just awes me every day when I think about it, that it got done and just within a few months. And I've been working on it for like almost 8 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it takes time, right? Like I remember when I
yeah,
met you, I always tell people, I hope in the, 3 months, next 6 months, a year, whatever number we pick, 3 years, it'll go away. But, only our creator knows, right? Only forces greater than us know when it'll really go away. But the
yeah,
fact that you're getting results finally is
I
awesome,
know.
right? Which is good.
It was awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Teaching you how, like, what was the cause of it, right? And how to get rid of it. Like, that's awesome, right? And what does that
Yes.
work? What would you say to someone that's concerned about doing something that's not covered by insurance, like a program like this?
You know, um, I wouldn't worry about it because it gets taken care of. I'm a godly person and I believe in God, and I know that God will just take care of your health, your finances, because taking care of your health is God wants you to take care of your body, and taking care of your health is priority. You can't live, you can't do anything else, and you can't have finances
Yeah.
without taking care of your body. So the payment, they're very cooperative with the payment plan, and they help you out so much, and there's a way to do it, no matter what, and they help you figure it out. So I would say take the leap of faith, and just don't worry about the insurance part, just go for it.
Yeah. What would you, I didn't want to interrupt you again.
Pardon
I,
me?
I didn't know if I was interrupting you. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, what do you notice that insurance typically covers? If you could speak to that from your experience.
I mean, even if you guys took insurance, it wouldn't cover it, all of it, I mean, you guys gave so much more than what insurance would even cover. And, so you would still be going, wait a minute, I have insurance and it's not covering this, So, it's like insurance, they figure things out in the medical world, where this is not the medical world, so to speak. This is more of a healing world, which is so much better than working with the medical doctors. It's worth millions of dollars, I think. When I find a good health product, or a good thing like holistic wholeness,
Mhm.
it is worth it
Yeah.
a million times over.
Yeah, I agree with you because it's not even just now during the program. Like you said, you've already gotten progress on some of the weight and the coughing. And like now that you know what's causing it or what to work on, and your
Right,
body may go slower than some others or be able to handle things differently than some others, you're going to get there. Right. The only way you
right.
won't get there is if you quit because the tortoise, not the hare, wins the race. So as long as you just go, whatever pace works for you, you're going to get there. And I see that you're getting gains, which is awesome. Is there anything you want to add to anyone that's on the fence about considering doing this, especially remotely? You know, there's labs remotely, visits remotely,
Yeah.
all sorts of things done remotely. But is there anything you want to add to this in general?
I mean, you guys make it so easy, and it's because it doesn't overwhelm you. I'm a person that gets, I start getting anxious, and I start worrying about things. How's it going to work and things like that. But you guys just give the peace of mind, and it's like, oh, we're just going to send you this and just do this, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to anybody over there in an instant, and so it's just beyond easy, and it just I just would highly recommend to do it. It's so much easier than going out, spending the time driving, waiting in the waiting room, putting your mask on, answering a million questions in order to get yourself in. You don't have to worry about the COVID factor or any kind of flu or anything like that because you're in your house, and you're so it's so much easier than doing it, any other way.
Yeah. And how are the labs done if you're not near our clinic?
How are the labs done? Well,
Yeah.
you just follow the instructions, I mean, a pee test, you pee in a cup and then you mail it
Exactly.
out. It's easy. So,
But
and I had a blood test too. Isn't you wondering how you're going to do a blood test? No, you don't take your own blood. Somebody actually comes in and they're in and out like within 10 minutes of your house. They'll come in at your convenience, your time, and you just they come in, they take your blood, and they're out the door like instantly.
yeah.
So
And it's cool. We read the results on Zoom. Like you said, you don't have someone
yeah,
coughing down your throat,
right,
paranoid you're going to catch the next thing going around, whatever it's a COVID variant or a flu or
right,
RSV or whatever's going around. And it's so nice because how much time do you use from paid time off or, paid sick leave
exactly,
or, personal time outside of work? Don't you want to relax or something fun? You don't want to go to the doctor for 3 hours of your night and then you have to fill out the forms all over for every doctor. It's so much, so it's
exactly.
nice. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, I work at home, but if you don't work at home, you get a morning or a late afternoon or evening appointment, for somebody to come and give you blood. And you don't have to spend that time
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
someplace and sitting and getting yourself all upset going, oh my gosh, I have to wait here for over an hour just for my appointment, and you're on time, but they're not on time. And it's just so much better, so
Yeah.
much better.
What would you say to someone who would tell you that their doctor's not a fan of something like this?
I it's your own decision. It's your body. I mean, doctors don't know your body. They know people's bodies. They have a routine. They're there to do a certain service, and they do the service for every single person the same way. You have to know they're the cookie cutters, and this place is more personal, and they will adhere to what's good for you and your body. As I told my oncologist when he suggested chemotherapy, I said, so you probably tell the same person before my appointment and the same thing to the same person after my appointment, that you're constantly all day just recommending chemotherapy just because that's what you're taught in your medical world.
Right.
Whereas you guys don't do that.
Right. Yeah. I like that you said that because even for you, like we knew when we met you, we told you that we're not heavy on supplements. Not that we don't use them, but we
Yeah,
even tried a few and we said, you know what? You don't do well with them. Or all of them, right? Let's customize this to you and figure out what food form will work best for you or what lifestyle factor, or like you said, healing spiritually, right? And mentally and physically, they're all one. It's not like we can separate them. What about someone whose doctor doesn't know about this type of health. Like if you asked your doctor about what's causing my cough or what caused my cancer, why do you think doctors don't know about the root causes of some of this disease or a natural way to help you heal?
Well, they haven't been educated in nutrition, for one thing. There is not one doctor that has a class. And if they do, it's like a 1 hour class, if that.
Correct. That is
But
correct.
they do not know anything about nutrition and what nutrition does to the body. And I've known this for many, many years that, because I ask questions when I go to the doctor. I ask a
Yeah.
lot of questions.
Yeah.
And they just know what they're educated on. Doctors are there to practice their medicine that they know from their education. And nutrition is not what they know.
Right.
They know how to help you once the disease is in your body. They don't know how to help you to prevent the disease to come into your body.
Correct. And what is the primary form of medicine that most physicians are trained in their education? Using what? Pills, procedures?
Yeah, they use medicine and
right. I'm nothing against it. No, you're fine. I didn't expect you to read my mind, but that's true.
I mean,
That's
they use medicines and methods that actually can get you more, sick. I'm going to say more sick. I don't know if that's proper English, but I mean, just for example, if you ever watch TV and there's a cajillion commercials on prescription medications, listen carefully. I make a joke of it when I'm with friends watching TV. I go, watch, they're going to say it could cause death or diarrhea. Every single medication causes death or diarrhea. It may cause.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know for myself, I've known that I'm very sensitive to medication. So I can't take that stuff. And I don't want to be a guinea pig. I was a guinea pig when I was younger, and it got me very, very sick.
And let's recognize, kind of like you said, that we're not here to bash doctors. We have to recognize that they're there to get the disease out of your body once it's there, but they're really not trained on prevention. They're more on reactive medicine. And the medicine of choice that they are trained in is pharmaceuticals or surgery. Not that they can't offer other tips like reduce stress, make sure you sleep well. There are some really good doctors out there that'll even look at anything outside of a medication or a surgery to help you. But unfortunately, their training is heavily funded by pharma, and pharma basically trains them on what pills they can offer you. So don't get mad at them, which we commonly do. That's all they know. So you have to go elsewhere, kind of like you said, right? They do typically get about an hour or less of training in nutrition, which is common. We have a lot of physicians that work with us. So we don't learn, even the labs we did.
Yeah.
We don't learn the labs that we
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't, because they would have done it, right? And insurance thinks it's not necessary, but we know it is, right? To know the root cause of disease, not just once you have it, let's do a CBC. Look at that. Nothing against CBCs. Those are important, but that's what they'll do, right? They'll keep you alive and surviving. We want to not be a cancer survivor. We want to be thriving.
Right. And bonus for me, and could be bonus for anybody, is that when I go to my primary care physician, I inform her of everything that I'm doing. And I'm actually educating her.
Correct. Which is great.
I'm showing her the results of my tests, and she's like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't read this. And I'm like, it's bewildering to me that a doctor doesn't know anything about lab tests, and but I am actually educating her, and she's appreciating that I am educating her.
Because you can help others.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. And just think about how I don't know how to do surgery, right? And I don't know how to, I know medications, but I don't know which one to prescribe, I don't do that. So we have to love and respect, right? They have their area and we do too. If we work as a team, you win, right? That's who wins. So is there anything else you wanted to add?
I just appreciate all you guys over there so much. My heart is full, and you guys did above and beyond what I even expected. And again, I would highly recommend it to anybody. I've told everybody about you guys, and people are, skeptical, even seeing me, and they know my story. They know me personally. So, be skeptical and do your own research. That's what I say. Because, every method isn't for everybody, but, holistic wholeness really gets to the root of the cause. and really helps you out. And, you know, if you don't think they are helping you, just voice it. And, you know, they're constantly there for you.
I appreciate that. Janet, thank
Yeah.
you so much for doing this. I just want you to know that this really helps other people to see your story, not just your physician, but all the people she's learning and going to teach or be more open-minded, but we're creating a positive movement in our world, right?
Yeah,
And it's creating a ripple
absolutely.
effect that I believe will come around for good, because I do believe that it's important to flip our medical system to be reactive, to be more proactive and preventative. And
Right.
if we could just all work together and respect each other, I think that that would really help more people to win, which is getting health, which is priceless. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.